Let me ask you this. Have you ever been on a roll, finally showing up consistently, making progress, and then life hits? Yeah, same. It's your podcast bestie, Jama, back at it again today, this time talking about what to do if you've lost your momentum. So I can't even count how many times I felt like I was finally getting it together, only to have something knock me off course. Sometimes it's your health, sometimes it's your people, sometimes it's burnout that you didn't see coming, and sometimes it's all at once. If you've been around for a while, you know I've taken breaks from my business time and again. I've stepped away from Instagram, I've paused promotions I was working on, and I used to beat myself up about this every single time. But I want to tell you something that literally ChatGPT said to me not long ago, and I laughed when I read it because it was so obvious, but also so necessary. You don't need to quit, you just need to slow down. Y'all, that one hit me. Because I wasn't broken, I wasn't behind, I was just tired. So let me share a personal story with you. There were seasons I lost momentum because of health scares with my parents, and honestly, there were seasons I needed time off because of my own health wasn't okay. There was a time I was so overwhelmed I got shingles from stress. If you've heard me talk about that before, it happens. So yeah, I've lost momentum a lot, probably more than I care to admit. But you know what else I've done? I keep coming back. Sometimes slowly, sometimes messy, but I always come back. Here's what I need you to know if you're in that messy middle in between right now. Losing momentum doesn't mean you've failed. It means you're human. And momentum is something you can rebuild, but it starts with permission. Permission to re-enter at your own pace. Permission to not look polished all the time. Permission to care for yourself first and still be seen as powerful. And y'all, let's talk about rest. Because I think we've all been sold the lie that rest means doing nothing. But rest looks different for everyone. For me, rest doesn't necessarily mean lying on the couch all day. It means staying consistent with my workouts. It means running. It means traveling. I've been out of town for weeks over the last month and a half, and I haven't missed a beat on the podcast. But I did disappear from social media, and that was okay. Because rest is doing less of what drains you and more of what helps you to reset. Even if it doesn't move the needle, rest recenters you. It brings you back to your priorities. That's the kind of momentum that matters. The world tells us visibility is about being on all the time, but I believe powerful presence is about knowing when to pause and when to rise again. So if you're trying to find your footing once again, here's what I recommend. Start small. Don't try to do everything at once. Just one post or one conversation or just one honest share. Be real about where you are. Your audience doesn't want perfect. They want to feel connected. And stop waiting until you feel ready. I've talked about this before. Ready doesn't exist. You're ready enough right now. And if you're rebuilding after a hard season, you are not behind. You are building something real, something with depth and staying power. Let me remind you of this too. The people who are meant for you won't disappear because you took a break. You don't have to be everywhere all at once, and you don't have to explain. You just have to come back to yourself. Even this episode is part of my comeback because every time I show up for you, I'm showing up for me as well. If this episode spoke to you, if you've been quietly wondering if you're the only one who has lost momentum, trust me, you're not. And you don't have to start over. Just start up again. And if you're ready to rebuild your presence with purpose, not pressure, keep listening. Keep walking with me. Take a deep breath. Send a message to someone who gets you. And remember this. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to return. And you're still the right person for this mission. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. And hey, if you've been gone for a while, welcome back.